Get out of the way! I dropped my backpack and sprinted into the street. A little boy was standing frozen in the middle of the road and a scooter was coming straight at him. I grabbed his shirt and yanked him backward. Wham! The scooter flew past us. The boy burst into tears and his mother ran toward us. Oh my gosh, are you okay? I nodded while breathing loudly. Then she looked at me and smiled. You just saved my son. She handed me a cup of lemonade from the lemonade stand. Here, it's the least I can do. I stared at the lemonade, and somehow, that tiny cup changed my entire life. Because 3 weeks later, I was competing for the title of Best Babysitter in America. And the girl standing against me? She had been babysitting kids in our neighborhood for years, including me. And she wasn't planning on losing. Welcome back to Ms. Tell-It-All.
3 weeks earlier, my life was completely different. My name is Sunny, and I was 17. I was desperate to get into college, but my family didn't exactly have college money lying around. My mom was working 2 jobs, and my dad had suddenly left for Switzerland on a mysterious business trip. The weird part? He wouldn't tell us what the business was. Every time I asked, he'd say, "It's complicated, Sunny." Great, because apparently I was old enough to worry about money, but not old enough to know why my father was disappearing across the world. One night, Mom came home exhausted and dropped onto the couch. "I don't know how we're going to pay your first semester." I looked at the college acceptance letter sitting on the table. My dream school. Then I looked at Mom's tired face. "I'll find the money." She laughed sadly. "You're 17. So? What job is going to pay you enough?" I had no answer. Until the lemonade incident. After saving that little boy from the scooter, his mother asked, "Do you babysit?" I laughed. "Me? No." She smiled. "You should." I went home thinking about it. Then I remembered something. Kids in our neighborhood were always getting babysat, and parents were constantly complaining that they couldn't find someone trustworthy. So I made a flyer. Sunny's babysitting. Safe, fun, reliable. The next morning, I posted it around the neighborhood. I got my first call in 20 minutes. Then another, then another. I thought I'd discovered the easiest way to make money ever. Until I heard the name. Samantha.
Samantha was 18, and she was basically a neighborhood celebrity. She had babysat almost every child on our street. She had trophies, certificates, 5-star reviews, and worst of all, she had babysat me when I was 6. She was 7. That's how good she was. When she saw my flyer, she laughed. "You're babysitting now?" "Yep." She looked at me like I had just announced I was opening a hospital. "Maya, babysitting isn't just playing with kids." "I know." "No, you don't." Then she leaned closer and said, "Good luck." That wasn't encouragement. That was a warning. And by the end of the week, I understood why. Support me by liking and subscribing as I begin my babysitting journey.
My first client had twins, 5-year-old boys. They were adorable for exactly 30 seconds. Then one threw cereal at the ceiling. The other climbed onto the kitchen counter. I chased them around the house for 20 minutes. One locked himself in the bathroom. The other tried to flush a toy dinosaur down the toilet. When their mother returned, the house looked like a tornado had gotten bored and left. She paid me, but she never called again. I sat on my bed that night, staring at my pathetic earnings. At this rate, I'd have enough for college by the time I was 37. Then I remembered Grandpa. My grandpa owned a taekwondo school. When I was younger, he taught me one important thing. Don't fight harder, think smarter. So the next morning, I went to his dojo. "Grandpa, I need help." He watched me explain everything. Then he smiled.
"You're treating babysitting like babysitting."
"What else is it?"
"Leadership.
He pointed toward the training mat.
When a student panics, do you panic with them?
"No."
When they refuse to listen?
"I stay calm." Grandpa nodded.
Then stop trying to control children.
He handed me a whistle.
Learn to understand them.
That changed everything. I started studying the kids. The quiet ones needed attention. The energetic ones needed challenges. The stubborn ones needed choices. The scared ones needed reassurance. And the mischievous ones, they needed to believe my rules were their idea. I created treasure hunts, mini obstacle courses, story challenges, healthy snack competitions. And when two siblings fought, I didn't scream. I made them work together. Suddenly, parents started calling, then texting, then recommending me. One mother even said, "My kids ask when Sunny is coming back." My savings grew. $200, $500, $900. I was getting closer to my college dream, but Samantha wasn't impressed. She was losing clients, and she knew exactly why.
One afternoon, Samantha confronted me. "You're taking my jobs." We went back and forth arguing, and then she crossed her arms. "Then let's settle it," she said. "How?" At this point, I was interested. She smiled. "There are 3 kids nobody can handle." I knew exactly who she meant. The Carter siblings. Max, Lily, and Noah. Their parents had fired 4 babysitters in just the first quarter of the year. One had quit after 2 hours. Another had called their mother from the bathroom crying. Samantha had even failed with them. But now she had a proposal. We both babysit them. And whoever gets the kids through the evening without a disaster wins. I agreed. I mean, it was an interesting deal. Big mistake. The second their parents left, chaos exploded. Max threw a pillow. Lily grabbed my phone. Noah disappeared. I looked at Samantha. She was pretending to chase Max. I heard a crash upstairs. "Noah!" I ran. But then I stopped. Something Grandpa had taught me flashed through my mind. Don't fight harder, think smarter. I didn't chase Noah. I followed the sound of giggling. He was hiding inside a closet. I sat outside. "I know you're in there." I pretended to walk out. 5 seconds later, Noah opened the door. "Where are you going?" "To make popcorn," I said. He followed me. 1 down. Then Lily started crying. Instead of forcing her to give me my phone, I asked, "Want to help me make a movie?" She stopped crying. "What movie?" "Your movie," I assured her. Within minutes, Lily was directing. Max became the stuntman, and Noah was the camera operator. The 3 kids were suddenly working together. Samantha stared at me. "How did you do that?" I smiled. I stopped trying to babysit them. When the parents came home, their house was spotless. The kids were laughing, and all 3 shouted, "Can Sunny come back tomorrow?" Their mother looked shocked. Then she looked at Samantha. "I'm sorry." Samantha's face dropped. "You've always been wonderful with our kids." She paused. But Sunny understood them. Samantha walked outside. I followed her. "I didn't want to take your jobs." She looked at me. "You already did." Then she walked away. At the bend, she stopped, smiled, and shouted, "You're really good at this." That was the first time she had ever admitted it. A month later, something unbelievable happened. One of my clients had nominated me for a national youth caregiving competition. I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. There were hundreds of babysitters from across the country, and somehow, I won. When they called my name, "Sunny Thon, best babysitter in the USA!" I froze. The audience stood and applauded. Mom was crying. Grandpa was cheering louder than everyone. And my dad? He was watching from the back. My dad, back from Switzerland. After the ceremony, he hugged me. "I knew you'd find a way." I pulled away. "Dad, what were you doing in Switzerland?" He smiled. I waited. It was about something that could change everything for our family. I stared at him. "Seriously?" He nodded. And suddenly, my babysitting story wasn't the only secret in my family anymore. Because whatever my dad had been doing in Switzerland was about to change my life all over again. And that is a story for another day. See you all in the next one.